restaurants. You can't have everything in life. You can't have everything in life. Look at Tom Cruise, good-looking dude, has a bag, looks very young. And imagine if he was smart too, it wouldn't be fair. So the whole system is based off, you have some strong points and some weak points. But that birthday right there is really good for intelligence and looks and being an athlete because he's a tiger and also born in the 7th. And that numerology from the 7 gives him some brain power. So sometimes you have numerology and astrology birthdays that complement each other. He should be good at social media too. Good talker, good at cracking jokes, funny guy. But he's not good in relationships, like awful. And that guy should never get married. So make sure you tell him I said that.
What's that one's life path?
3.
What would their success level be monetarily, you think? Out of 10?
5, 6.
5, 6?
5, 6. If he's going to make it, it's going to be through social media or through being a comedian of some sorts. I mean, listen, he might not be the richest guy in the world, but he has other advantages, if you know what I mean.
July 8th, 2005.
July 8th, 2005. This would be a workaholic. This is someone who works a lot, someone whose money is up and down, very loyal. Is this a friend of yours?
Mm-hmm.
And that person you can trust. Rooster and snake that's the best relationship for a snake. Rooster. My wife's a rooster. I'm a snake. And again, it worked for over 20 years. And it's going to continue to work for all you haters out there. But when it comes down to it, this is a loyal person, someone you can trust. I would put his monetary probably about 7.5. But he's going to have to outwork everybody else.
Is he 22?
You can make that argument that he is. He definitely has 22 energy, but I would call him a 22-4 because he can go back and forth between both.
05-20, 1996.
A manipulative guy or a woman, whoever that is. Very manipulative, good looking.
This is a woman, I'll say that. This is
very manipulative, calculating, smart as hell, and she has the looks to go with it. So if you can't tell she's manipulative, it's because she's very good at it.
Success level?
Depends what her manipulation level is, in all honesty. But she's going to be one of those people who are constantly in the game. Because pretty much every birthday you're giving me is like a 5 or an 8 or a 3 and stuff like that. And these are what I expect around social media and things of that nature. Success level, that one would be a little bit more difficult to say. How blunt you want me to be?
Sure.
She has an addictive personality, and she has to get past that addictive personality. Guys have been some trouble in her life, some stability from that point. Next year is going to be a tough year because that's their enemy year. But overall, very intelligent person, and I would say she should always trust her gut. If there's something wrong, she'll get knots in her stomach, and she will be able to validate that herself.
Maybe like a 4, 5, 6, 7. What would you put her?
5.5.
5.5?
5.5. But, she could get married to the right guy. With women, it's a little bit more difficult because if they're good looking, anything is possible for a woman who has good looks. For a guy, I know I hate to break it to Clav, but, that shit fades for a guy.
Hey, really quick, if at this point in the podcast you're starting to think there's some truth to numerology, but how do I use this in my own life? You guys are going to want to check out Gary's app, Q. By simply putting in your name and your birthday, it'll use numerology to help you make decisions around your friendships, businesses, and even the compatibility of your soulmate. And for the record, I'm not going to say I believe in it 100%, but it is strange seeing the patterns with numbers in my own life and how many guests on this podcast use numerology to make money. But if you want to try it out for yourself, just go to jackneal.com/Q or scan the QR code on screen. You can also hit the first link in the description, but anyway, guys, back to the podcast.
Last one on this, July 14th, 1986.
July 14th, 1986. 9 life path, extremely adaptive, tiger, masculine energy, born in the 4th, hella charismatic. A lot of charisma here. Lots of charisma over here. I would say that if that person wanted to be in the spotlight, if that person wanted to dominate, they could. I would say that they have to be very careful that they don't get locked up doing stupid shit. I'll just leave it at that.
What would be the success level of that one?
Depends on how hard they work. Some people, it's based off how hard they put in. If you're, like, for instance, say you're born on the 28th. No matter what, a 28 will have more money even if it does nothing. But Bill Gates outworked all the other 28s. That's why he's a 4 life path in total. 4 is the number of the worker, and he's born on a 28. So again, a 28 will have so much more success than everyone else, but a 28 that works will have it up to here. Same thing with every other number. Got to put in work.
It's the last one. If you had to give a number, would you put 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10? What would you say?
6.
6?
6.5.
Okay.
And is this a guy?
Yeah.
I'll speak to him very bluntly. Make sure these hoes don't fuck you up. That's going to be the main problem in his life. These women messing him up in life. He needs to focus on what he wants in life and not just chase ass all day.
Well, I won't go through all the names that we did, but yeah, like I'll pop up the people on screen. It's all well-known people. You got who would be the richest pretty well.
I always get the richest ones easily.
Do you know Alex Ramosi?
Is that his birthday?
That was the first one you did. The second one you said most influential would be Tristan Tate. The entertainer was Mr. Beast.
Makes sense.
I tried to pick people that were well known, but you wouldn't know their birthday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tristan Tate, I should have known. That's a 7/14. I should have known Tristan Tate. But let me just say this about Tristan. If Tristan didn't have Andrew Tate as a big brother, he'd still be eating out of that KFC trash can.
Interesting.
What's up, brother?
It is fascinating that you said he's better connector, and that I think that's kind of like his role in the business at the very least. Like he's more of the networking guy.
I mean, listen. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I don't care. In 2022, Sneeko went all the way to Romania to visit the Tates. Andrew never liked his ass. He never liked him. He didn't want him anywhere near the real world. Tristan liked him, though. Tristan was the guy who kind of took him under his wing. He's like, don't worry what Andrew says. I got you. And he kind of, was a big brother there. And if you look at Tristan, he's a 3 life path. And people who are 3s get along very well with 8s. So Sneeko's an 8. He gets along with Tristan. And who else does he get along with? Someone I used to manage by the name of John Zerka, another 3 life path. So the 3s and 8s have great chemistry together. So you could look at numerology, you could tell a lot just by it.
Who would I get along with better of those two?
Tristan.
You think so?
Yeah, Tristan.
Interesting.
Tristan, you would definitely get along with better. Andrew, you would probably look up to more, though.
Interesting. You're pretty accurate with everyone, especially the woman that you listed. It's the youngest self-made billionaire as of like yesterday.
Love it.
Interesting.
Love it. So most of these women get money off divorcing men, but not Sheryl Sandberg, CFO of Facebook. She's born on the 28th. Not Jessica Alba, born on the 28th, self-made billionaire. So a lot of these self-made billionaires have that 28 or 8 energy. Some of them have it in an advanced way that I will not reveal here because all of these guys are going to do is copy and paste me and just go with it. So we keep some information in the GG33 house.
So when you, I guess we'll just use me as an example. When you look at me, life path 8, born on the 16th, like, do you see that as Jack is a 7, Jack is an 8, Jack is a 7 with his personality and 8 with his destiny? Like,
and this is the way I look at it. These? I look at you as an 8 life path who has a secondary 7 energy, who's born in a snake year. That's the way I look at you. And
what does that mean by 8?
To me, the secondary numbers there to complement the main number. So you use your intelligence to figure out how to make money.
Right.
That's simple. That's the simplest way to explain it. You use that massive intelligence you have to figure out how to make money. That's how it works.
And does it mean I'm more likely to make money, or does it mean I'm more driven to make money?
It means that you will find a way to work smarter, not harder, to get that bag. That's what it means. Not saying, well, snakes can be a bit lazy. Like, I just find it so surprising. Like, I do a lot of podcasts, and people come up to me like, Gary, how do you have the time to do this? And I'm like, I work